We have made it back to our mud extravaganza. You can tell it's still pretty rough now. We got all the water out of here. Still got some sticky clay to deal with. But the first thing we're going to go and work on, I got some silt fence to actually put up across this ditch. So, yeah, I didn't think about all that last night. Trying to clean up this mud and stuff. With the rain and some of this clay, it's got like this reddish orange silt and water that's run down to the ditch up front. And it just so happens today, here at this place that I'm working at, they've got a guy doing OSHA 30 training. So yeah, I got a phone call to come over here, and I got to be the topic of conversation for the morning. So that's always exciting. I do luckily have two things of silt sock down here at the end from when I did the parking lot addition and the fence up here earlier, but they would like to see a little more silt fence to collect the silt, and then a few more things of the silt sock across the ditch in some different places. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I should have maybe thought about this, but and part of it, I slicked this up yesterday. I'm actually over on that guy's property, but this building site, both of them, the drainage has been just so poorly done that it just kind of sits and runs everywhere here, and it never did anything. It's just all red clay right here, like the top of that. That's just how that is. So I tried to kind of cut a little ditch, slick that up, but the amount of water that came down through here, there's been a fair amount of reddish orange sediment. Like I said, it's made its way out. It's just down there to the storm water, and that ditch holds. I mean, it all needs to be dredged and cleaned out and redone or whatever. But we have more rain coming in tonight and tomorrow, so I'm gonna at least go through here and try to put some silt fence up now and see if I can't block some of this and make some people happy. So, I mean, you can tell, which I mean the windshield's nice and muddy, but see that all right there was basically how this property is. It's just low spots and voids, but it's just all red clay through here. Like there's, you know, they cleared it out, put the buildings on it, and nothing's ever been done since then. So, excuse me, which, I mean, it's not an excuse, but now I'm gonna probably make a bigger mess, but I'm gonna come through here. I'm gonna put the silt fence kind of right across. I'm probably gonna go right there on the edge of all that silt and sediment, just run it over here just to kind of save face. But normally you, I guess, have a trencher and trench a little line, but I'm just gonna kind of pull a little line out with the bucket, and then yeah, like I said, hopefully we can stop some of this stuff from filling in there. I gotta figure out how to get the angle right. Just do something right here. Maybe that'll work. It's not gonna come up that high. But I know this isn't the most ideal way to dig this in. It should work though, because I mean, you really want to bury it down so far and then push some dirt back on that edge to help hold the silt in there. Is the whole idea. These guys have been pretty good to work with too, because everything I'm trying to do over here, I'm kind of over the property line, but I'm trying to improve some of their site too. I mean, they don't really use it back here a whole lot, but it's always been an issue of it holding water here, because obviously the drainage just doesn't work. Told me I could actually put that across there, but I figured I might as well, I can't block their dumpster, and I'm going to take it over here at least to the edge of where I've kind of got it disturbed, just to hold all that. Like I said, once I finally get everything cut, kind of dressed up, I'm gonna have to come out here and really slick a lot of this up. And like I said, I'm gonna be over the property line, but kind of trying to improve. I'm gonna try to even cut some of their stuff and get it. I'm probably gonna have to end up almost just regrading that entire ditch, because it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like they kind of somewhat shaped it, but then they never put any kind of topsoil, grass, or they just started letting this stuff grow up, but nothing ever did in this clay. So then you just get runoff all the time. So then the ditch gets silted in, and you have red clay sediment. After I got that stuff in finally, so you can tell it didn't really work out the best. That didn't have the wire mesh like the, I don't know, the other. I mean, I thought all silt sock had that, or silt fence had that, but nobody in town carries this stuff anymore. They've all gone to that silt sock that I normally use, so you're limited to like Lowe's and Home Depot to find the silt fence. And this was the more expensive kind that they say is MoDOT rated for Missouri here, but and I dug that down like 10 inches or whatever, but those stakes are so much longer and the ground is so hard there, it just started breaking the stakes trying to drive it in, so I kind of got a little aggravated with it. So yeah, I just put through some dirt on both sides, so pretty much almost defeats the purpose of that chunk, but I'll go get some silt sock and put a few more runs of that down the fence. And the really annoying part was I've almost disturbed more of this area than what was even disturbed to begin with. So yeah, I don't know, it's just, I get where they're coming from, but if I could have just put some of that sock out across there, would have been ample. So oh well, what do you do? But that's gonna work for that. Like, Dad's bringing me the silt sock, so once he gets here, we'll throw that up in that front ditch. But we're gonna go back here and I guess just dig out. There's a little bit more of the side of this hill of this bank on the far end I haven't cut out. I was gonna wait until after the rain, but I think I'm gonna maybe need to cut and move some of this clay, because this end's still just a little bit high down here, and I don't know on that hillside if there's going to be enough clay. If it's like what it was before, it was way below the fence. So I need to get that stuff out and then see how much of this clay I'm going to need down there aside from that hillside. So I hated to cut this out and push it out here and then have to either load it in the truck or push it with the dozer all the way back down to that end. Even though it's probably not the smartest move if it's going to rain to dig that mud out, but maybe I can dig that out and then today take some of this drier stuff and get work back there, even if I don't get that hill completely shaped, and put it back in. So then I don't know. Having 3 inches of rain over the last week has really kind of changed how this job's working out. But like I said, it looks like a mess right here, but we're down to good solid ground again. This is just mostly the sticky stuff that's falling off the tracks of the machines. So I can just kind of maybe slick that off with a grading bucket, bring it this way, pile it up, and then start over again. So